Hey guys, MrSalve here, and just a little forewarning for the video. So essentially, due to complications involving video footage being somehow gone from my computer, we're having a very different episode to what this series will be, but I think it'll be pretty cool as well. So I hope you enjoy, and yeah. Alright, so it's three lights, all the cars revving up. And away we go. Oh, bad stuff from the seven-time world champion there. Everyone rushing down into turn one. Oh, there I am on the left side of the track. Massive dive there. Oh, very slow on that apex. Definitely running over too much of that curb. Alright, here we come through that curb. Oh, that's an extension and a half. We'll see. Alright, we're now on to Ricardo's POV. Oh, down into the first corner. He's made his way up to... Oh, down to 8th. Down to 8th. Fighting... I think that's Lance Stroll for P7. Max Verstappen has made... Oh, he's made it leagues ahead of Lewis Hamilton by nearly a second on the first lap. Hopefully he can continue to develop that pace. There's Lando Norris fighting Valtteri Bottas for third. Oh, he's overtaken Valtteri Bottas into the turn. The one that always gets me on the brakes. Here we are. Oh, clearly losing time there. Definitely some tyre scrubbing and some locking up of those tyres. We are getting ahead of Lance Stroll in the P9. Oh, Sebastian Vettel making way there. A lunge and a half into that corner. Oh, getting fought back from Sebastian Vettel there. Oh, and overtaking Daniel Ricciardo into one turn. Up to P7. We are. And then, oh, a lunge and a half. Oh, but oh, he's made a mistake. Oh, yeah. I've definitely made a mistake. And then we turn the car around, then into P20 with definite wing damage from a late lunge, the rookie of me. Definitely needing to work on the lunges taken with new simulation damage brought to this game. And as we can see, the lovely helmet that was designed by me. A very simplistic design for our first series. Definitely struggling with a lot of understeer. Esteban Ocon down to 14th. George Russell actually ahead of Ocon. Leading on, trying to get that slipstream from Gasly ahead. Lando Norris still in P3. Actually managed quite well and being under pressure from Sergio Perez from behind. But as we've seen, these McLaren cars have been quite good in that straight line. But here we go, Sergio Perez with DRS from behind. Doesn't look. Still manages to keep it close behind. He's going to have the slipstream into the next DRS zone. But coming through these corners, the Red Bull downforce shall be playing a big hand. There's an closing up the gap in the braking zone there, Perez is. Coming out here, this is another big chance Perez has. We'll see if he manages to take it. DRS activated. Getting the slipstream from Norris. But Norris keeping well ahead under pressure. Daniel Ricciardo, his teammate, managing to... not doing it as well as Lando, but still managing. Pierre Gasly, definitely doing better than I have with my new wing change. And trying to catch up to the leaders. Pitted onto medium tyres. So the goal will be now a two-stop strategy. I believe, off memory. And starting our recovery drive from P20 up to P... whatever. Yeah. Drive as hard as possible. Oh, Charles Leclerc's at a mare! Oh, his engine's just gone. Completely gone. The puff of smoke evident. Charles Leclerc parks it up. Down the escape road. Definitely not giving us a safety car, but merely a few yellow flags. I continue to drive as fast as I can. Losing the rear end a little down there, actually. And I'll allow you to have a few seconds of blissful sounds from the driving of my AT02. Let's have a look at Lando Norris now. Oh, maintaining the pressure from Perez. He's doing incredibly well in that McLaren. That Mercedes engine doing work down the straight. But can he hold on down the main straight? Oh, I don't think he can. Perez is gonna... Oh, he tried to have a look down there, but thought better of it. We'll see if he gets him into the second DRS zone. Or will that mighty Mercedes engine in the back of Lando's car keep him? Oh, Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso jockeying for position. Oh, Lance Stroll's held on. But definitely some close fighting by... Whoa, and that's Fernando Alonso up the inside of Carlos Sainz. Pierre Gasly doing well for P11 in the car, whilst I am down in P19. Definitely not being a very good team asset, some may say. But Lance Stroll needs to really get ahead of Fernando Alonso, looking mighty good in that Alpine. Outperforming Esteban Ocon, unlike real life. But Daniel Ricciardo getting pressurized from Sebastian Vettel from behind, whilst Lando Norris maintains the pressure from Sergio Perez even better than before. We'll see what happens down this long straight without DRS though. Let's hope that mighty McLaren engine helps him. But that mighty Honda engine is looking stronger this year. As you can see in the bottom interval, I am catching at an alarming rate. But oh, is he going to have a look? No, he still thinks better of it. Perez still having to adjust to that new car, I suppose. Well, that's Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen has lost the lead. That is an update I didn't bring, but Max Verstappen's still fighting for that lead. Oh, George Russell moving up position. Kimi Raikkonen and George Russell fighting for position. Oh, that's a mighty camera angle there. You can see Kimi Raikkonen fighting Esteban Ocon and George Russell. Definitely Esteban Ocon getting the pull out of there. But George really closing up in the braking zone. And having DRS, but Kimi also vitally has DRS on Esteban Ocon and may allow him to slip further ahead due to the drag on that Williams car. Oh, Daniel Ricciardo falling down? No, just a pit. That is an early pit stop from Daniel Ricciardo. Let's put him down in P18. He'll be closest to, well, no, he won't even be close to me. I'm like 44 seconds down the road. Definitely closing up on those times. Oh, losing the rear end there a little. Let's see how Lando's doing. Definitely, he's pulled more of a lead to Perez. I'd say that McLaren car might be doing better not having the dirty wake of Perez behind him. But Valtteri Bottas now in a prime position. Oh, Lando in for the pit. It's an early pit stop from Lando. Might be wanting to get the undercut on Sergio. On to mediums. Interesting strategy choice. Closing up the gap. Down to 15 seconds with some wonderful engine sounds. With my racing number of 65. Looking real good on the AlphaTauri. Maybe that's something you guys can comment. Which driver raced under the number 65, or if I am the first. Down I'm the first, but... Oh, wonderful camera angle. We'll get some engine noises for this one. Oh, never mind. I talked over it. Oh! The big shake-up at the front end of the pack with lots of people that were in the front going long, now pitting. Fernando Alonso is in the lead of the race. Carlos Sainz jockeying for position, with Pierre Gasly in third, also jockeying for that position. These are the medium tyre runners. Oh, Carlos Sainz going the long way round on Fernando Alonso. Managing to make it past Fernando Alonso into the lead of the race. Carlos Sainz leading a GP. Well, not leading, but you know what I'm talking about. Max Verstappen heavily down on pace. Lando Norris still maintaining above Sergio Perez. Daniel Ricciardo overtaking Nikita Mazepin. That was, as to be expected. But now it might be Fernando Alonso and Pierre Gasly jockeying for a little bit of position there. Unless they decide to come into the pits now, which they don't. But Lewis Hamilton's starting to sniff on their heels. Oh. I unironically enjoy the sounds of these V6 turbos. Hybrids, they sound absolutely magnificent. Especially that Renault. In my opinion, obviously. Oh, Valtteri Bottas has overtaken Sergio Perez and Lando Norris. And has put himself up into what is technically a podium position. doing much, or second set of softs. Catching up to Max Verstappen rather quickly. Ooh, he's not pulled into the slipstream, but he is pulled into the slipstream of Esteban Ocon as Max Verstappen overtakes him. Could this be a double overtake on Ocon? Down the outside of Ocon, it's not stuck yet, but it has stuck into the next corner. Now he's free to tackle Verstappen. Ooh, some jockeying by Sergio Perez. Ooh, Russell definitely bogging down there. Ooh, catching up to Kimi Raikkonen, though, is the number 65 of Thomas Ingram. Although really not enjoying those new medium tyres. Definitely going much slower. Some weird artifacting going on with the tyres. Ooh, jockeying by Antonio and Sebastian. Ooh, close stuff. Ooh, a monster move by Daniel Ricciardo. Ooh, I've overtaken Kimi Raikkonen. Let's see how that happened. Alright, here is the replay. Coming down the straight. And then here's Kimi Raikkonen breaking into the zone. And just getting onto the throttle way too aggressively. Unlike the Iceman. Trying to return onto circuit. He is much slower than I, and I managed to move up a position. Meaning I will definitely not finish last in this race. Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton, like in real life, jostling for position. But however, not for holding up a title contender for your, teammate. Ooh, he's had a look. He's side by side into this corner, and ooh, Fernando, fair. He squeezed, but it was very fair. Fernando Alonso on the straight. Oh, never mind Lewis Hamilton. It's a really hard camera angle. Sebastian Vettel and George fighting for position. Remaining a respectable distance away. We'll see if Sebastian Vettel has an answer on this straight. I think he does. I think George is... Oh no, George broke the slipstream. Sebastian Vettel just did not have pure pace there. Ooh, side by side. That corner has been a spot for overtaking. George going into the pits. Maybe that's why it was struggling. But he definitely held up Sebastian Vettel there. Props to George. Whilst I relish at the back, 11 seconds away from the nearest car. Oh, we've moved up positions. I think that's because George, Kimi, and George, Antonio, and Nikita have pit, and we're still on our old mediums. There's mammoth driving still. Oh, this gap's staying kind of the same to Pierre. Pierre definitely having more pace outright than we do. Moving up small positions due to new pit stops. Definitely missing the apex on a few of these turns, but I hope that's just getting used to the Alpha Tauri. I mean, the goal's obviously to get into the Big Brother team, you know, a Red Bull. Hopefully being title contenders for 2022. Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton fighting. Oh no, never mind. He's just overtaken in the pits. Lewis Hamilton needing to go another pit stop to make it to the end of this race. Right here, I believe I am thinking about tyre strategy. Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen. Oh, Valtteri Bottas is pit again onto the medium tyre, probably going to the end on those medium tyres, meaning the final podium positions looks like it will be Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, Sergio Perez, who's pressurizing Lando, and Daniel Ricciardo. Max Verstappen definitely looking like the dominant driver to win, but it has not been easy. But he's definitely faster than Lando in second, and third with Sergio Perez has struggled to overtake Lando Norris, with the dirty air probably being a massive effect. Sebastian Vettel might be worth closing up, but we are back at P19 on the grid, but definitely fighting to get up some more places, but onto hard tyres, definitely needing an adjustment period onto these. Sergio Perez has overtaken Max Verstappen as Max Verstappen pitted. He's pitted a blender. But Lando Norris is also pitted, which means the podium place is now more like Sergio Perez, Sebastian Vettel, and Lewis Hamilton completing the front row. But there's 10 laps to go, so it is all left for Max Verstappen to do. Lando Norris and Ricciardo right at the bottom of the points. Oh, it's getting spicy. They were one of the few early ones to pit, though. So it could be likely that some of them just need to stay out. But we're definitely catching up to Nikita Mazepin. Ooh, lock up of the tyre there. The wing bouncing as we go over the curb. Max Verstappen has overtaken Sergio Perez. But that is because Sergio Perez is pitted from the lead. Giving it a 1-2 for Mercedes with... Oh, no, it's a Hambot. Oh, Lord, we got 9 more laps left to go. And as Lewis and Valtteri still yet to pit, this could still be spicy. But, oh, I'm getting in range of Nikita Mazepin. Coming down the main straight, we are 9 seconds away. We might be able to get that slipstream off Mazepin. We're definitely getting a very small inkling. And that Honda engine in the back of our car definitely pulling us in. And a late break there. Definitely enough to challenge Daniel Ricciardo for king of the last of the late breakers. We've definitely got DRS down this straight. Maybe having to lift off a little, sensing that I would not be able to make it down there. Definitely our last incident playing back in our heads. My head, not your heads. Your heads are just full of hunger for more mistakes and a more entertaining race. But it is a very mixed up order with Carlos Sainz followed by Lando Norris, Sergio Perez, Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Daniel Ricciardo, Vettel being the top 10. Definitely scrubbing those tyres and locking them up. But in the dirty air of the Haas, having to lift off more than what you'd want to lift off. We've definitely got the run on him down here. With overtake mode galore too, we've muscled past him completely. Sealing the deal with a very nice braking zone that was definitely not pushing it, but definitely allowed us to get traction back very quickly. Next move is seizing up Latifi. Oh, but Lewis Hamilton and Bottas fighting for position. Could this be a repeat of the Rosberg v Hamilton 2021? Coming down the main straight, there's the roar of the Mercedes V6 Turbo Hybrid. Pierre Gasly in the point-paying positions, with me down fighting Nicholas Latifi for P17 and P16. And here we go, a lunge on Latifi. Probably down into the last late braking zone where most of the moves have been made this Grand Prix. But a lovely move darting around the edges of the circuit. And a brilliant view here from this camera angle. But all having to fight back from Latifi. Making the move stick on the outside. Brilliant driving from myself, as you say. Like, I have thoroughly forgotten. It's been like a week since I did this race, and I've got some brilliant moves still. But Latifi's still trying to come back. And still holding on, the brakes glowing red as we round that corner. With 7 laps to go. We're coming around the corner. Oh, this is a camera angle for the ages. The low growl. Oh. Chef kiff. Oh! Valtteri Bottas! Has he... He's gone in the... Oh my god! And the Mercedes touch. And going through that corner, Valtteri Bottas having to concede position. Is this team honours? Is it Bono? It's James. hold position. Or is it, ooh, because Verstappen is starting to close up, and the fighting by the two Mercedes is definitely not helping. But Valtteri Bottas has flown back. Hamilton probably deploying all the ERS he has. Valtteri Bottas definitely being the underdog here. Valtteri Bottas definitely having more fight in him than previous seasons and definitely wanting that championship. His hunger is incredibly inspiring. Look at him go. Getting the slipstream is edged ever so closer to Lewis. But definitely, if he could unlock some of that previous pace, he could just get him. Oh, here we go! Down the main straight with the DRS. He's gone the outside line, which Lewis Hamilton's forced him wide, but he's going to get the inside on the next turn. He's ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Into the lead goes Valtteri Bottas. Storming away from Lewis. And Max Verstappen here has DRS, I think, on Lewis. A key aspect of that battle is that they are all within. Kinda. Second and a bit. Which means if Max can hold up Lewis, Valtteri Bottas will be gifted the win. And with 4 laps to go, things are getting spicy. Oh, Valtteri Bottas is not quite a second away, but he's definitely made it so he might have to wait for a few DRS zones to catch back up. He's getting a little bit of the slipstream from Valtteri, but Max is getting equal amounts of slipstream onto Lewis. Sebastian Vettel overtaking Fernando Alonso. I'm kind of staying the same distance away from Antonio. Ooh, the DRS. It's nerve-wracking. The underdog for this series title would definitely be Valtteri Bottas. But he's withholding that pleasure, and oh, a brilliant shot. We're definitely seeing that it is tight-knit between Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and Valtteri Bottas. A spectacular fight. If only Sergio Perez could actually get ahead of Lando Norris. Lando Norris is like a moving roadblock. Oh, and I've closed up to Antonio. We've got DRS, we're lunging with a brilliant camera angle, but we've gone wide, definitely gone wide, definitely way too wide into that corner. Definitely lost some speed, but will we make up for it? With only 3 laps to go, anything is possible. Not points, but definitely a much better, oh, with a bit of a lock up there from the camera shot. You can clearly see the cloud of smoke. As my tyres are definitely wearing out and we're starting to lose some grip. Ooh, down the straight with only slipstream available. We've definitely had a look, a tasty one at that. Pure slipstream coming into that corner. We've gone taken way too much curb, but we might be ahead. But he'll have the DRS on us through this straight. And he's overtaken us, but we've switched to the left-hand side, done a diving move to take the inside of that corner. Getting ahead of him, and then taking the inside of the next corner, crucially. Keeping us ahead, but we're closing up to Jorg Russell and Mick. Oh, a voice crack and a half. But knowing my editor, that will be left in. We're catching George, not at a rate of knots, but we're definitely catching. The right call was definitely those hards. I know from memory, there was the option to go into mediums again. And I did some calculations in my brain based on how my mediums were feeling. And the hard tyre would last just a little bit longer. But obviously the pace difference of the hard tyre would make it a little more difficult, but that little extra longevity would make my life much easier coming into these final stages of the race. And as we can see, these are medium tyre runners with tyres that are definitely going off, whereas I have a little bit more life to my hard compound tyres. And we can just nearly start to think about moves to be made on George. Valtteri Bottas still in the lead of this race, doing really well. With only 2 laps to go, it's make it or break it. Now we're going wide, trying to look for a move, in case George was slow through the corner. Oh, we got a little body damage there on the side too. We've got DRS on George, but George's DRS on Mick. So it's a DRS train. Mick definitely holding us up. Daniel Ricciardo overtaking Carlos Sainz to finish up in the 6th and 4th. That's very good, strong standing for the 2 McLarens, with Ferrari not having a good day with only a P7 finish for Carlos and a DNF. Oh, a lunge! A tasty one at that at George. Some of my, that was my best moves were definitely made in that corner. As we come down the straight, DRS wide open, braking, and oh, a jarring move to the left, but we clashed. We've hit Mick Schumacher. We've definitely got some wing damage there, as you can see from the replay. We're going to drive as hard as possible, but we've definitely harmed our race and Mick's as George squeezes Mick out to the side. Definitely struggling with some front end as we try to jerk the car around the track. Having to slow down more than necessary, whereas George does not have this issue. We've run wide. Into this corner, we're definitely starting to struggle with some of the wear and tear on this car. I'm going to be much, much more patient in the next race. Definitely a move you regret. And oh, definitely seeing the... Oh, as it's the last race, Valtteri's still in front. Can Max do anything from 5 tenths behind? I don't think he can. I think the race is over for them, but we still have plenty of time to make around this track. Oh, we've ran wide again. Keeping it probably just within track limits. Or maybe getting a warning. We're definitely lacking some front end, but we just got to defend from George into this corner, trying to break the slipstream, but coming back at... Take that... Miss that apex by a mile. And we got to out-drag George for using the last of our ERS as we cross the line to take P13 in this race. A race probably could be much, much more different without the way too aggressive moves made by me as we take our victory lap. So I'll leave it here, guys, and I'll see you in the next one, folks.